these three arrows to decide which way the Recurve men's team gold medal will go. Turkiye have this in their own hands with Mete Gazoz to shoot last. Brady Ellison on the line for the USA. He knows a 10 is required at this point to put some pressure on Gazoz. Real pressure arrow from Ellison. Gazoz on the line. 10 for the win. It is a 9! What a match this was! Nations that always seem to elevate their game when shooting as a unit. Turkiye faces off against the USA in a matchup where both teams consistently prove that the whole is greater than the sum of its parts. Let's go down to the shooting line to welcome out the contenders. What a lineup we have then. USA world number 3 team taking on Turkiye, the world number 12 team. Brady Ellison, the man in charge for the USA, but the 3 Turkiye athletes, young, vibrant and hungry. Mete Gazoz, Berke Akün and Birkin Tümer. Mete Gazoz shown hints of being right back at his best. USA line up with Christian Stoddard, who will shoot first, Jack Williams and Brady Ellison. This is the Recurve men's team gold medal match at stage 1 of the Hyundai Archery World Cup. And straight away, Christian Stoddard has had to go for a redraw. That will eat the time up. What a start! Stoddard straight into the 10. I wonder whether Brady said something to him on the redraw there.
He probably said something along the lines of, just take your time, we'll be okay. Because that's essentially what I would say.
Jack Williams going second for the USA team. And here is the man himself, Brady Ellison. Low 8, but shaking it off straight away. Sighter from Ellison. First rotation now for Turkiye. Mete Gazoz leading the line. Interested to see what they do with their rotation. Will Mete shoot first and last?
I mean, that would be a good option, but we've also seen that Göktürk is not afraid of putting somebody on the spot and having trust in younger athletes.
Again, the coach of the Turkish team, Akün, dropping into the 7. So now a bit of pressure on the 23-year-old world number 19, Birkin Tümer. He puts it into the 8. So, a 25 start there is Dr. Gergen. Second rotation for the USA, and Stoddard comes out again first.
Yeah, he did show us that he's not afraid of opening a match with that, well, pretty much dead center X that he started the match off with.
9, 9.
Well, a 9 from Williams means whatever Ellison shoots here, Turkiye can still get points in this set. But a 10 after an 8 from Ellison with his first arrow means that we need to see this Turkish trio go 30 in the second rotation to get 1 point.
Yeah, pitting Akuyun first here. So Mete is likely exactly anchoring as well. So opening and anchoring these rotations.
Yes. They can't bag the points here, Turkiye. They can't bag any points because 54 is the maximum they can get. I'll bet you bottom dollar that Mete Gazoz won't waste this opportunity to shoot at his best. Yeah. And he does just that. 54 set by Turkiye. The last rotation, almost like a rehearsal for the second set. 29, though very impressive from Turkiye. The points, though, in set 1 go to the USA.
It's good to see, though, that they're all smiles, even though they lost that first set. No serious looks. They're just enjoying the fact that they're out there, and yeah, like I said, all smiles. We get a good look at Brady's grip here. BE, of course, standing for Brady Ellison. Brady's found some form again this season so far. Of course, it's only been this competition, but very impressive in eliminations and in the team matches. So very curious to see how the rest of the season develops.
LA 28, the next games, the next Olympic Games will serve as motivation for all the Olympic athletes, all the archers, but for the host nation in particular, it'll make them even more hungry. Successful Olympian Ellison showing his experience, talking about the wind in the venue with Christian Stoddard. Brady Ellison 37, passing on the knowledge as world number 2 to the 20-year-old Christian Stoddard, the world number 41. Set number 2, Turkiye to shoot first. They shot a 29 in their second rotation of the first set. Hit those high standards again. Mete Gazoz starts with a 10. Great support in this team. The intensity of the conversation has gone up on the Turkiye side of the shooting line.
Yeah, I think it's not a bad thing to have a little bit of adrenaline going through your veins, as long as you can kind of guide it through your body in the right way.
So 28, first rotation from Turkiye. They are back in the game.
Another 10 there for Stoddard. 29 out of 30 so far. The first 10 for Jack Williams, but on the line, and I think maybe on the knock of Christian Stoddard, so might be smart to check that arrow.
Another 8 from Ellison.
Yeah, low again as well.
Beautiful shot from Berkay Akuyun, 20-year-old.
I think Mete knows Akuyun good enough that he knew that was going to be in the middle, because he already yelled that it was good before the arrow hit the target.
Oh, Two tens in the second rotation for Turkiye, and the big man is yet to shoot. Longer hold than we'd expect from Mete Gazoz.
And that 8 kind of gives the US a chance to win this set still if they get a good second rotation.
Now the pressure is on the USA. Jack Williams to shoot next. 2 tens required to share the points. Nine means handshakes all round for Turkiye because they've got 2 points and they're level with the USA. Yes. So 55 for the United States of America to Turkiye's 56, and Turkiye have levelled up. It's 2-2.
It's a very tight match, this.
Handshakes from Turkiye
yeah.
for winning a set.
That was very businesslike.
I was stunned, but look at them. You talked about the smiles, you talked about the energy, you talked about the camaraderie, and it's led by that coach. What a special coach he is.
Yeah, Göktürk has been on the reins for many, many years now, and he knows these archers inside and outside. So it's very good to see that it's paying off. Like they're in the gold medal match in both the recurve women and the recurve men team.
Get some close-ups of the equipment in use. 2 8s from Brady Ellison in the match, a little uncharacteristic from the big man.
I think if this is one of the 8s, I think we need to look at the release, and there's a little bit of like a whenever Brady shoots a low arrow, there's like a delay in the release, so the clicker goes and it's almost as if his brain doesn't it, or and I'm sure that's not the case, and I know that he can shoot without the clicker very good, but still it looks a bit different.
Brady leading the USA team, and Mete Gazoz, the 2020 Tokyo Olympic champion, leading the Turkiye team. 2-2, set number 3. Over to you, Christian Stoddard.
Bit of doubt on his face. I'm sure that he didn't think that would go all the way to the left, but Jack Williams hasn't been shooting bad arrows, but the 10 is kind of eluding him.
Trying to get sneaky looks at the flags out on the range. It looks very still at the moment. 25, 26, I should say, from the USA represents an opportunity for a buoyant Turkiye.
It's going to be interesting to see if this is also going left. And I think it's a bit of a chicken and the egg kind of situation where the bad shots typically take longer, but it's also the shots are bad because they take longer. So it's kind of, it can be either or. Eight still puts them 1 point ahead of the US after the first rotation. So Christian can put some pressure on here. Left again.
Yeah, and they're talking about it. Talking about that win bring them across to the left. Jack Williams. The line. Still left, but in the 9 still.
It almost makes you think, are they shooting arrows on the left because they're afraid of shooting arrows on the left?
So 3 9s for a 53. This has to be a massive opportunity for Turkiye. They've got 3 points to play with to go 4-2 up against the USA. And they give them all away in the first hour of the second rotation. Now the pressure switches over. 2 10s to win the set. And it's a 9, so by my calculations, a 10 required from Gazoz to share the points.
Very important arrow, this.
Oh, what else? What else? He doesn't celebrate that one. There's no handshakes around, but boy, oh boy, that's the biggest arrow of the match so far. 53 plays 53 in the third set. Turkiye and the USA are tied at 3 set points apiece.
I get the feeling that both teams will have a feeling after this last set, thinking, oh, we got away with that one, even if it's tied. And there's a bit more serious talking going on now, not as many smiles around, but yeah, I think there is a sneaky wind on the venue, and you can see the doubt that creeps into the minds of the archers.
But what about this shot from Mete Gazoz? When the pressure was on, he nailed it.
Yeah, well, it's basically what we know.
And here are the Turkish arrows in a very curious set. Look at that, an 8 on the right, a low left 7. Tricky, that's for sure. And that's Göktürk Ergin's response to Mete Gazoz, squeezing a 10 to share the points with the USA. And there's the look of, we got away with that one from Brady Ellison. Set number 4. Thrilling contest, this one, between Turkiye and the USA for the Recurve men's team gold medal. Christian Stoddard back on the shooting line.
I was going to say blank slate, tried to hit the middle rather than go to the left, but it's easier said than done, of course. We're sitting, looking at them shoot rather than being on the line ourselves, but you need to shoot confident shots now.
Ellison shot 2 8s in the first rotation in the first 2 sets. He nails the 10 ring for a 28 first rotation from the USA. They've upped their game in set number 4. Ellison taking control on the shooting line, target 2. Mete Gazoz taking control. That's 4 10s to start the set for Turkiye.
Yeah, Mete really has only had one hiccup, and for the rest, that 1 8, for the rest he's only hit the 10 ring.
Oh, set number 4 is looking tasty. Oh, look at the group as well. 3 10s, but those arrows shot 70 meters away from the target, landing within a tiny little circle on the target.
Yeah, that inner circle is only 4 centimeters across, just to give you a bit of an idea. Nice 10 there by Christian Stoddard. they need to put up a high score here in the second rotation, or Turkiye will walk away with this.
Good shot. Yes. 10 from Stoddard, 10 from Williams. Ellison on the line. So 9 from him, but a much better rotation. 29 for the second one to set a 57. 60 available to Turkiye. These 3 arrows to decide which way the Recurve men's team gold medal will go, and that's a 9. That's good enough. Oh, he's right on the line for a 9. Ten to win, 9 for a tiebreaker. Mete Gazoz. Into the 9. The match does deserve this. We do have to wait for confirmation, obviously, but we've got it down as 57 apiece for another tied set, and 4-4 after the 4 regulation sets. What a match this is. Brady Ellison in full debate. Well, I wouldn't even say debate. He's consulting his younger teammates. Dr. Ergin, the coach, leading the line. There is just nothing in this. We've seen 53s from both teams. I think perhaps partially because of the wind, partially because of nerves. Mete Gazoz, the man who you want on the line when the stakes are high. "12 arrows, mainly right for Turkiye, all left for the USA. That's a disappointment with the 9. Confidence remains high on the USA side, but this is some tiebreaker. Like a half set, a mini shoot-off, a mini set is a shoot-off. 1 arrow per archer. Tense match. 4-4. Tense shoot-off to follow. And it is still too difficult to call. 57s from both teams in the 4th set, following 53s from both teams in the 3rd set. Ergin, Gazoz in consultation. Turkiye versus the USA in a shoot-off for the recurve men's team gold medal. Christian Stoddard on the line for the USA to shoot first.
Good shot.
Yeah.
Berkintuma to shoot first for Turkiye. Oh. They all count. Jack Williams pops it into the 9. Now, Berke Akoyan, the youngest member of the Turkish team. He'll be feeling the pressure. Turkiye have this in their own hands with Mete Gazoz to shoot last. Brady Ellison on the line for the USA. He knows a 10 is required at this point to put some pressure on Gazoz. And he hits the X-ring. Real pressure arrow from Ellison. Gazoz on the line. 10 for the win. It is a 9! What a match this was! Thrilling to the end. But the USA have done it through a shoot-off. They've taken the recurve men's team gold medal match. But what a match it was! Confirmation then. Team USA take the recurve men's team gold medal in an absolute thriller in Puebla. A match, Chef. What a match. I mean, honestly, have you seen anything tighter than that in all the years that we've been calling archery? Brilliant, brilliant stuff from both teams to give us such entertainment, but in the end only one can be the champion, and that is the USA. Brady Ellison, Christian Stoddard and Jack Williams with a gold medal in the recurve men's team competition here at stage 1 of the 2026 Hyundai Archery World Cup season.